Hi guys, welcome to another reading. So in this reading we're going to be looking at how this person thinks that you view them. So this is going to be full of their assumptions about how they feel like you perceive them. So this might not be entirely correct. It might be correct, who knows? But there are 4 piles today. This also has an extended reading where we are going to look at how this person perceives you. That will be over on the Patreon, so check that out if you'd like to. But yeah, the timestamps are in the description box below as well as the pinned comment, and I'll see you at your pile. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading to see how your person thinks that you view them. I don't know if I said this in the intro, but this is for romantic or platonic people, so it doesn't matter who you're asking for. But I think I'm going to start with... Okay, I'll start with these small cards. So the first card out is the Autumn Fae. Go slowly and listen closely for the words of the tree spirits. Okay, I'm guessing for some of you that this person thinks that you view them as someone who seeks wisdom from people who are older than them. They might listen to their elders, or they might listen to their parents a lot, or they might listen to their older siblings or their grandparents. For some of you as well, they also think that you view them as very wise themselves. So they think that you view them as someone who seeks out wisdom from other people and picking up on people who are older than them or people with more authority than them, but they actually are very wise themselves as well. This is how they think that you view them. The next card is the Spiny Sister. Take pride in yourself. So yeah, they think that you view them as a very modest person or a very reserved person. And they also think that you view them as someone who's quite self-respecting, like they upkeep themselves, or they put themselves up on a certain pedestal, I guess you could say. But I'm not feeling like this is in an arrogant way. They just know their worth, or they know who they are. And they also like to make decisions in life that they can be proud of in the future. This person could also think that you view them as a very humble person, or someone who doesn't need much to be content or happy. Then we got She of the Mossy Brae. Not all things are as they seem. Trust in your intuition. So they think that you view them as someone who has a lot of depth and things that are unknown about them. Like they think that you view them as someone who you'd like to get to know. So this could be someone new that you've just met. Yeah, there's also something here about how they think that you view them as someone who trusts in their intuition as well. They might even think that you view them as a bit of a pessimist, or I don't even know if that's the right word, but someone who's just very, what's the word? Like perceptive, always on the lookout for threats or danger. Oh, as I say that, the Winged Seer card is here. You see clearly, clairvoyance. They think that you view them as someone who can see through people and situations and things. Someone who's maybe even psychic. But yeah, there's 2 cards here now about being able to see and trusting in intuition and psychic abilities. Then we've got Mildew Fairy, clean up time. So they could actually think that despite all of this, you view them as someone who's... I don't know why my voice is getting messed with, but they might think that you view them as someone who needs to clean up their life or someone who's just very messy, or someone who has a lot of trauma. They could think that you view them as someone who has a lot of trauma to unpack and a lot of things to clear out of their conscience, out of their psyche. But they do think that you view them as someone who's very wise, someone who's very self-respecting, someone who's very clairvoyant, maybe even considered psychic, but still there's an energy of this person thinking that you view them as someone who needs to get their life together. Then you got sea storm, calm amid chaos. So this person thinks that you view them... I have a feeling that this person doesn't want me to tell you how they think that you view them. And that's why my voice is being messed with. Because it's almost like I'm getting the energy that this person is someone who likes to portray themselves as someone who doesn't care about other people's opinions. But they do, to a certain extent. But yeah, sea storm, calm amid chaos. This person thinks that you view them as someone who's very... they think that you're able... Wait, what am I trying to say? They think that you think that they're able to keep calm in very chaotic situations. This person really doesn't want me to speak. For others of you, this could manifest in more of a negative way. Like this person could think that you view them as someone who doesn't do anything to clean themselves up or to clear out their lives in some type of way. So I feel like that's who my voice is being messed with. The people who feel like you view them in a negative way. Someone who just is okay with their life being messy. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Part 1 of this reading resonated, please let me know. Now I'm going to do your Patreon reading, your extended reading, to see how this person views you. So check that out if you'd like to. The link will be below. But yeah, thank you for listening, and I'll see you in my next reading. Bye. Hi Part 2, welcome to your reading about how this person thinks that you view them. So the first card that we got is the Wild God card. It says go to the woods, to moss, to mud, to magic. I feel like this is a masculine that you're inquiring about. A man. But if not, this person thinks that you view them as a very grounded person, like a very grounded masculine person. This could be someone who's a very hard worker. So they think that you notice that they work a lot, that they really prioritize the physical realm. Like that's what they work on the most. That's where they channel their masculine energy the most, into the physical realm, into acquiring materialism or finances. Then we got the Forest Sister. The moon shines brightest after the storm. So they feel like you view them as a very secretive person, or someone that you just don't know too much about. But they think that you view them as someone who has overcome a lot of hardships and trials. So you might know something about their history that's just very dark. Or they might think that you can pick up on this without them having to tell you about this. Then we got the Gatekeeper, let go, all things are possible on the borderlands. So this person thinks that you view them as someone who, for some reason, is like a bit sly. Maybe they think that you view them as someone who can't be trusted. Someone who's very fleety. Is that even a word? I don't know. But someone who doesn't stay in a particular place for long, or they don't stay with particular people for long. Something about just needing to constantly move. Like, I think that this person thinks that you view them as someone who constantly is wanting to explore new horizons. And If this is, like, for example, if this is a romantic interest that you're inquiring about, this would manifest in them thinking that you view them as someone who's not about commitment, you know. That's just an example. If this, for some of you, you're asking about a parent. If it's about a parent, then this parent could think that you view them as someone who was never around, you know, who was busy, just distant and away from you, living their life, you know. Then we got Sea Beacon Fairy guidance, but where will it lead you? How they think that you view them. I'm not exactly sure what I'm getting with this card. I don't think that this card has anything to do with how you view them, because I just got blank energy from this card. So this card isn't actually about how they think that you view them. This card is about them wondering whether or not, or rather what you're gonna do based on what you pick up on about them. Like, are you gonna stick around? Are you gonna leave? So some of their emotions, because this is a water card, some of their emotions are coming through in this reading, or how they feel. Their emotions feel a bit turbulent because they don't really know whether or not you're going to listen, kind of like listen to the red flags or listen to just the signs of certain things about them. So they're wondering if you're going to stick around. Then we got Faceless Ghost and the Haunted Girl, ghost people. So they could think that you view them as someone who's got a lot of history with other people. Like this might manifest as them thinking that you view them as someone who's very promiscuous, just paired with that energy of, you know, non-commitment or never wanting to settle anywhere. So for some of you, this person could think that you view them as promiscuous. But for others of you, I feel like this person just thinks that you view them as someone who's kind of haunted by a lot of people from their past. I'm picking up on like a dark lifestyle that this person may have lived in their past, and they might think that you view them as someone who's haunted by the people that you met from that dark lifestyle. Then we got Violet Duchess, stifled, bored and stuck. So they could think that you view them as someone who's kind of just hit like a plateau or hit like a wall in life. They might think that you view them as someone who's just kind of bored of life, not really making many moves, which is ironic because it's like, okay, this person thinks that you view them as someone who likes to explore a lot, but they can't explore currently. It's almost like they think that you view them as someone who's trapped and tied down to something, maybe something from their past. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'm saying for you guys, part 2. Now I'm going to move on to your Patreon reading, which is going to be about how they perceive you. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. But if not, thank you for listening, and I'll see you in my next reading. Bye. Hi part 3, welcome to your reading about how this person thinks that you view them. So the first card out is the Mandrake Spirit card. It says, keep yourself rooted in the earth. Spring is coming. Dream deep. So this person thinks that you view them as someone who hasn't reached their full potential yet. Like, they think that you're viewing them as someone who's in a phase of, I want to say like germination. Like they're just in a phase of sprouting or newly developing in some type of way in something. So this person might be a bit younger than you or a bit more immature. They might feel that way, and so they might think that you view them as like underdeveloped or immature in some type of way. But they also think that you view them as someone who dreams big, and someone who keeps themselves attached to what's going on in the physical realm. So yeah, then we got the Mandragora Mother, find the secrets hidden in the brambles. They think that you view them as someone who has a lot of secrets. Someone who doesn't like to be seen. This is giving me an energy of, they might think that you view them as someone who keeps themselves small. Although you have a lot of big dreams and you are capable of putting in the work to make yourself sprout and bloom and blossom in a new path, it's like they think that you might also downplay yourself or keep yourself small for the purpose of staying out of the spotlight or staying away from people's attention. You might not like to be seen by people, and that's how they think that you view them. Then we got the Woodwife, trust your inner wisdom. This is giving me a huge introversion energy. So they definitely think that you view them as a very introverted person. But they also think that you're someone who views them as a person who only listens to themselves. Or, you only trust what you believe that you know. You're very to yourself though, a lot of introverted energy. I don't know why I'm speaking as if like I'm speaking to the person that you're asking about. I mean, unless you're cross-watching, that could be a thing. But yeah, Ghost of the Pumpkin Patch, count your blessings. This person thinks that you definitely view them as someone who doesn't have much in terms of the material. So maybe that's why they think that you view them as someone who's rooted in the material realm, because you don't have much. I mean, because they don't have much in the material realm. And it's almost like they think that you view them as someone who's in lack, someone who's living in some type of poverty, whether that's financial. I think it is financial or materialistic for most of them. But then we got Lady with a Bosch egg, ancient wisdom. So yeah, again, they think that you view them as someone with a lot of wisdom, someone who's very, just very intelligent. But they think that you definitely keep yourself small and that you're just now coming into yourself a bit more. Or you're prepared, at least you're preparing to come into yourself a bit more. That's how they think that you view them. No, they think, see, I'm getting confused now. They think that you view them as someone who's coming into themselves a bit more. That's what I mean. And we've got Angel of Alchemy, Miracle. Do you guys mirror this person? It's either you mirror this person or you're a cross-watcher, because your energies are blending together. Like, I'm speaking about this person, but then I'm speaking about as if this person is watching this reading. So, we also got Angel of Alchemy, Miracle. They think that you view them as someone who's very closed off. Very closed off, but someone who's survived a lot of hardship, a lot of dark times in life, and that could be the reason why they're closed off. Yeah. So that's all I'm seeing for you guys, pile 3. This was an interesting pile. Thank you for listening. Now I'm going to move on to your Patreon reading, where we look at how this person views you. So check that out if you're interested. But if not, thank you so much for listening. Please let me know if this reading resonates, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hi Powerful, welcome to your reading about how this person thinks that you view them. So the first card out is Lady of the Lost. Give to others, treasure life and all its magic. So this person thinks that you view them as a very generous person, someone who's very giving, and someone who's very grateful for life, someone who appreciates life as well. I'm getting like an older energy with this person, like even elderly. So this could be like an elderly person that you're asking about, or someone who is just very mature for their age. they could also think that you view them as someone who is an animal lover. I'm picking up on a cat, like a ginger cat. That's a bit specific, but then we got the old paths, walk in unknown territory to see from a new perspective. So they think that you view them as someone who offers you a new perspective or helps you to see what was unseen before, you know. So this could be someone that you go to for counsel or advice. This could be a therapist that you're asking about. But yeah, this person thinks that you view them as someone who they think that you view them as someone who's willing to roam unknown territory in order to learn something new, in order to expand their mind and gain some type of new perspective on life or on a situation. Then we've got the green man, embrace your wildness or wilderness. So this person thinks that you view them as someone who doesn't really hold themselves back. Like, you know how a lot of people conform? They conform to what's expected of them. I think that this person thinks that you view them as someone who's very much just listening to themselves and what they want to do in life, you know? They don't care to conform. Then we've got Storm Angel, collision of beliefs, styles, attitudes, and energies. Yeah, they think that you view them as someone who has a very different belief system or style or attitude to life. They could think that you view them as someone who creates conflict due to this, or someone who just shakes things up because of this. Then we got I am Kali, from death comes rebirth. So this person thinks that you view them as someone who has very strong and intense energy. They think that you view them as someone who kind of just lives life on their own terms. This is what I'm really feeling. Like, this person just refuses to conform, and it's almost like they show people a different perspective through the way that they live life, as well as looking for new perspectives on life themselves. Then we got Angel de los Muertos, transitions to the spirit realm. So this person, you know what, when I first saw this card, when I was pulling the cards for the piles, I heard that for some of you specifically, you're asking about someone who has transitioned over, someone who has passed. So, yeah, that's just confirmation for some of you. But for others of you, this person thinks that you view them as someone who is connected to the spiritual realm or the other side. Maybe that's what this collision of beliefs is about. Maybe this is one way that they shake up like a group of people based on what they believe spiritually. But yeah, this person, I feel a very peaceful energy from this person. I think that they think that you view them as someone who is just living life on their own terms, chilling in life. This gives me like older person who lives far away from any city in the countryside or in, you know, just chilling, like living life. That could be the energy that they have. But yeah, that's all I'm seeing for you guys, powerful. Now I'm going to move on to your Patreon reading, which we will look at. What are we going to look at? We're going to look at how this person perceives you. That's it. So yeah, thanks for listening. If this reading resonated, please let me know, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.